Greetings, I'm Dave Gilmore, and this is Design Intelligence. What standards mark the operating culture of your organization? Has there been an ongoing discussion regarding the ethics of the firm, those certain standards by which we bound our collective thinking, speaking, and behavior? Articulating and establishing the functional ethos of the organization is essential to several dimensions of organizational health, relational interaction, and ultimately, business success. Seems that ethics are only discussed when it seems they've been breached. Ethics instruction is usually delivered as a series of do's and don'ts, with a subtle air of threat waffling around the topic. Like a club over the head, ethics seems to only serve under the banner of, "you better not," as opposed to what they really are. Ethics are to be worn proudly for all to see and hear by how one behaves and communicates. They are ambitions to consistently achieve, not rules to fear breaking. Ethics are the standards through which we desire to live and be and become. The absence of positively compelling ethics is in itself an ethic. The void of overt articulation is the conscious acceptance of unidentified standards and all that might yield. Ethical living is intentional and emanates from and through most aspects of one's life. So what are the ethical standards of your organization? Who makes that decision? Is it realistic to think that a collection of diverse individuals will all accept the stated standard and live together out of that standard? These are but a few of the tough questions leadership should be leaning into. By the way, it's leadership's job to articulate the ethics, to set the standards for the organization. It's perhaps in the top 3 most important things leadership is responsible for. You see, it's through the culture of the firm that the organization finds its way into the day-to-day through the living out of standards set in place by leadership. When ethics are set in place, people usually, most naturally, move into alignment with them. You see, people crave the safety of known parameters. When they're absent, people grow increasingly insecure, unsure, and isolated. And that's the genesis of impending conflict. Alternately, when one knows what's expected of them, what it means to be and behave in the commonness of positive organizational dynamics, well, they are more secure, more sure, and relationally interactive. What might be informing your organization's ethos? Are outside voices and forces negatively influencing the thinking, speaking, behavioral standards of your organization? Are you, as a leader, afraid to set standards, fearing the inevitable conflict with those that push back? Are your fears of rejection ruddering your leadership manner? Firstly, get yourself together. Ask the person in the mirror, what are the most important things about being and doing in your life? Do you want this for the organization? Next, gather together with other leaders and have the same collective discussion. Are there ways you all agree upon for how you desire to see the organization think and speak and behave? Are these standards, these ethics, rational, readily communicable, and objectively observable? It's always the right time to do the right thing, and articulating the ethics of the firm, setting the standards for the common good, is one of those right things to do as a leader. So will you? What kind of leader are you? Until next time, I'm Dave Gilmore, and this is Design Intelligence.